With regard specifically to the use of my book in the classroom, I think for an upper level college course, I think my handbook would be good for doing interpretation or exegesis papers, whether the students know Greek and Hebrew or not. I think, in fact, I've taught a course where some students know Greek and Hebrew and some don't, and they've been able to use the handbook, I think, with some value in doing their exegesis papers. So again, if you're interpreting a text, maybe there's not a quotation in it, but there might be a couple of allusions, and if they're clear allusions, if you can substantiate that, and I think there are ways to do that, then that's going to enhance the interpretation of your text, and it's going to help you to see how Scripture relates to Scripture, and not just be atomistic, or that is too narrow and looking only at your paragraph in the light of the immediate context or even the context of the book. So for seminary students, of course, this is enhanced even more for those who know Greek and Hebrew, because I have a section on how to compare the Masoretic text with the LXX and its variants, and the New Testament and even the Targum. And it's very important to see the changes the New Testament author might make, whether with from the Hebrew to the Septuagint, or maybe using the Targum, or making their own interpretive paraphrase. But it's very important to compare those texts and underline or color code the differences, because that does help with the understanding of that text and what that New Testament author is trying to do with that text. So I have a 9-step method actually for interpreting an Old Testament quotation or an allusion. And that one whole chapter, it's on the approach. It's called Approach to Interpreting the Old and the New. And that method actually can become an outline for your paper. If you're doing just an Old and the New paper, it can become the outline for a small section if you're just doing it within an exegesis paper. So this is one reason I wrote this book. I really had a vision that beyond my own students, who I'm teaching this method, before I published the book, I felt enough students said it was valuable to them, so I wanted to have a wider exposure.